What is up, guys? AG here, back at it again with another movie review. This time we are talking about The Housemaid, which is the movie with Sydney Sweeney. Um, Initial thoughts before going into anything, I think it was pretty good, but we are going to dive a little deeper into the plot, so stay tuned for that. Alright, so getting into a little more of the background and experience, just as a general movie guy, I did not know that it was about a book previously. But when I went to the theater, it was absolutely packed. Like, it was so busy. Like, I've seen many movies like The Running Man right when it came out in Dolby, and I can tell you for a fact it was not this packed. It was so busy because I walked in the theater and I looked up at my seat, and I literally thought somebody was in my seat based on how full it was, and I was like, wow, like, no way somebody actually bought those seats next to me, because I was all the way off in the corner. Um, but that's besides the point. so, so getting into the general overview of the plot without spoilers. So the movie opens basically with Sydney Sweeney, and she gets a job offer after being down on her luck pretty much for unknown reasons, and it is for a housemaid position. And of course, it's at like a nice house, gated community, as you can see in the trailers. Um, and there's also like a few other tellings that it isn't exactly all it's cracked up to be. And later in the video, this video, it's going to go over the theme, which basically is like everything is not really as it seems. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the overview without spoiling it. We're going to get into characters real quick, and then we'll probably go into spoiler territory and then wrap it up with the theme. Alright, before we get into characters, I just want to touch on the performance highlights of the three main actors. So Sydney Sweeney, Amanda Seyfried, and Brandon Sklenar. Those are the three main actors and actresses. They played phenomenally. You know, it was very convincing once you actually were on the edge of your seat the entire time, and the way, you know, they were put in these situations, and it felt very realistic from their portrayals. There was also like more minor roles, like the groundskeeper and the daughter, which are very nice. And somebody that I probably wouldn't touch on, but is a very big like influence, would be the grandmother. Like, you can kind of tell, like, once you get more into the theme, but there's like generational trauma going on between the son and her mother, and then you see the dynamic between all of the main characters. Um, so trying not to spoil it, but just kind of explain the dynamic. Once Sydney Sweeney becomes more of like the main focus, like the main girl with the love interest, you get to see the like bad characteristics as would go into the theme, that we will talk about later on, about how appearances and all that stuff. But just to wrap this segment up, phenomenal job by all the actors and actresses, and everything felt very realistic within its setting. Alright, so just going to talk a little more about the plot. These are going to be spoilers, so I wanted to give like just a light overview of everything before I got into more of the spoilers. So if you don't mind, and you just want to hear what I have to say, you can stay. Or if you want, you could just like mute it and then come back in about like 2-3 minutes. I may put timestamps, but I think you'd want to hear about it. The spoilers. I mean, this movie has been out for a little bit, so if you haven't seen it, then chances are you may not see it. So I'm just going to go right ahead, just dive into it. So going more in depth to it. So Sydney Sweeney is the housemaid, and the wife and the husband and the daughter. So Sydney Sweeney eventually takes over the household in a way by kicking out the main wife, which is, I think it's Nina, I believe, Winchester, and it's come to find out through the gossip that Nina needs this as much as Sydney's character needs this, Millie, based on their pasts and everything, and that goes more into the theme. We'll probably just make this segment a theme, but the theme is about how everything is not as it seems, like outward appearance, gated community, gated house, mansion, millions dollars, rich dinners, nice cars, very handsome, attractive man. That is very important to the plot. That this man is very handsome, attractive, great smile, great figure, everything about is perfect. But it comes to the light that he's actually very manipulative, and he's like the antagonist or villain. Um, this is where I had a problem. Not really a problem, but he obviously is like probably the worst person in the movie. He is. But it is shed. What I really liked, actually, this is a better way to praise it. What I really liked is how they shed light on the mother and generational trauma, because of course, if you're a victim of generational trauma, then you're a victim. Like, that's that. But if you use that trauma to then inflict more trauma on people, then you're no better than the person who traumatized you. So that's what I really like about how they touched on it and revealed the mother to be um, the main issue of the movie. Obviously, the son, which is Andrew Winchester, is a terrible person based on everything he's done. But I found it really great that they shed light on that subject as well. That him himself is some sort of victim, not to give him empathy or sympathy or anything like that, but to show that he is not perfect and he is not everything he is put up to be, in a way. I feel like that is very important to the movie and very important to the theme. Um, but especially in the movie, he is a monster. Like, let's not get it wrong. This guy is a monster. He is a bad person. Um, but it's really great when the movie and directors and everything look at everything from every single angle to then put it together like a puzzle. Like, that's what I really liked about the movie, and it goes to show why it was still packed when people were watching it. So probably just honestly, I think I might have hit the mark, because this is actually the first time I've edited a video and not done it all in one take. If you guys have noticed, let me know what you think. I'm trying to put out better content for you guys as I grow. Obviously, I only have like 16 subscribers right now, I believe. But I want to continue to grow and adapt this art, this craft, into something that is a lot bigger than me and everything else that's going on. Um, but I'm like 80% sure, because right now I just can see the clip I'm recording to see if it met the mark. But I think I'm around 10 minutes right now, so I will begin wrapping things up. So I'm going to do an upload every Tuesday and Thursday, and I will try to stream every Tuesday and Thursday, twice a week, which will be difficult, which my new school schedules have to study. I have work now, and I have all these other things. Um, but yeah, just a few announcements like that. I want to thank you guys for watching, and if everything goes out this will be out around 1 a.m. on Wednesday, because I started recording this before that and then a few things happened. But if everything goes well, this will be up on Wednesday, early morning at the latest. But yeah, I want to thank you guys for watching, and make sure to check out the TikTok, Twitch, and of course the YouTube. And I hope you guys have a good day. Thank you.